All right. Hey. Hey, everybody. Sorry for caps. Ah, Jakey Jake, welcome back. It's good to see you. Johnny, so good to see you. How you doing? Senor Colin, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you're here. It's so awesome. Knowledge, what's up, man? How are you guys doing? Yay! I'm excited to be here. I'm super excited to be here. I was gonna do an Instagram. Wait, why does that sound like said the word wrong? But I don't think I did. Dan, what's up? How are you? Let's take. Hey, reverb. I was gonna do an Instagram post today, also, but I lost my phone. I was literally just holding it. So that is life. My outfit today is like Pop Art Wednesday Addams, I decided. So that's what we're doing. I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to see you guys. I'm excited to play some music today, and I have a book of interviews that Leonard Cohen did that we can do some reading out of today as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, let's see here. How's my audio today? Sorry, I'm moving my camera a little bit. I apologize. There we go. It shouldn't move anymore tonight. Can you guys hear me okay? Should I be louder? What do you think? Hey. Looking at stuff and things, looking at stuff at things. Audio seems a bit low, but very clear. Interesting. Okay. Is good. All right. Well, I'm very, very close to going into the red, which we don't want to do. So we shan't. We shan't go into the red. Maybe does not have that there. Yeah. Let's see if we can make this go behind my back here. Beep. Beep. Who needs accurate representations of right and left? Not me. I do not. Yeah, Johnny, it's been a second. How are you doing? It's been a long time. How are you doing? Noisy today. Bum bum. Okay, so I spend every day between streams obsessing over things that I quote unquote need in order to make this thing more often. So it's just been like very silly, me researching pedals and all this stuff, but we're poor as fuck. So that'll happen someday. Those are future goals. So if y'all have thoughts about delay pedals and things like that, I've been meaning to get a delay pedal forever, and it hasn't happened yet. Because I tour so much in Europe now that I can't bring my electric with me. And so the priority has been having an acoustic guitar that I can get stolen and not be in a terrible mood over. So yeah, this is my tea throat coat. It's very, very, very hot. It just came out of the thingy. And I have a ton of makeup on today, just eyeshadow, just a ton of eyeshadow. And it's really funny the way that the camera and the lights wash everything out. It kind of cracks me up. So you can't see it. Thank you. Thank you. I have a whole set of flower teacups that I love. All right, let's get in the first song. Yeah, that should do it, I think. Turn it down just a little. My head tied up in night. I knew I was someone, but somehow I forgot. Did you cut off all of my branches? Did you burn down all of my vines? I lay down in the sun in the cool of the night. Stretched out my branches, my friends drank all my wine. We had us a party, and you had a terrible time. That's fun. I like to do that. Johnny, did you come here from the Tomfest crowd, from the page? Was that you that brought up that conversation about whether or not I still existed on Facebook? Ah, those stripes are electrical tape. I wanted to make I wanted to make it awesome. Apparently, I've discovered since I did this, there is a Stratocaster that has similar stripes on it. But when I got it, I really felt like it needed stripes. So I gave it stripes immediately. I think I might have done that before I played it for the first time when I brought it home. I was like, oh, it needs stripes. I'm so happy. I'm going to make it stripy. I need to replace the stripes, actually. They're losing some of their tackiness. They haven't been replaced in a little while. It's good to be here, guys. I'm really, really excited. And I'm going to do something really OCD. There's a capo on the ground right over here that I want. And I'm going to go grab it. Because I'm going to play sometimes. Woo! I'm all twisted up. I'm all twisted up. Get my capo, getting it out, 'cause I accidentally threw it across the room when I was taking it off during the last stream. Done. I am a nerd. Customize everything. 100%. Yeah, you want people to know it's yours, you know? It's nice to do that. I would customize my acoustic, except that I love my acoustic so much that I have no desire to do that whatsoever. But if I had like a classical, like maybe my next classical that I take around Europe, maybe that one I'll customize. It's a good idea. I need to buy the classical that I take to, you'll see it in a second. The classical that I take to Europe is she's a little funky lately. I think I bought her extremely cheap and used. And I think I need to sell her and upgrade her. So it is just the way things are. And I also regret that I didn't try to haggle the price into a different situation for her, because when I got her home and played her for a little bit longer, I definitely did realize she was not worth what I paid, which is the way of Craigslist, right? You traded your acoustic guitar for a custom cello stand. I remember when you texted me about that. I think that that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. It's amazing. Yeah, it's fun. Did you see the bunnies on my collar? Look, I have bunnies on my collar. I also just figured out how to make this collar white again because it was discolored with time. It's a white collar again. Yay! Karma dance. Oh man, I have a funny joke to tell you in a second. But not yet. I'm going to play music first. Music first. Is it a joke so much as... Yeah, I guess it's definitely a joke. We'll have to do it towards the end because it involves me yanking my neck out of alignment. All right. Boop, boop, boop. Let's get this guy. This is not what I wanted to do. I was going to try to be smarter about this. That is what I wanted. Sorry. I've never wrestled with my headphones before on a live stream, but I guess that's what today is ordering us to do. So I shall neatly comply. Ooh, dust in the light. I'm like a cat swatting at nothing. Do do do. lot of like very positive energy today, and I don't know what's up because I felt pretty worn down for the last while. So I'm feeling kind of awesome. James Lamb, how are you? Hello, my new guitar project. I'm going to turn either a Flying V or an SG Les Paul into a 12 string. That's cool. That's really awesome. This is called Sometimes. Sometimes. Ooh, let's get this. That makes it nicer. Sometimes it feels like I'm counting dying stars in oceans and resistance are pulling me apart. I would wait a moment and then watch one slip away. You know how the adage goes, the one where we waste. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on Feel with me the atoms gleaming rough against my skin. The winters now in whispers, frozen deep within. I keep on them photographs, the ones where voices still in life. We just might light a fire of heart. I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on Sometimes it all hides Sometimes surrender is the only way back home. Sometimes it all has to go. You adhere to a strict left-right headphone code of conduct. It's all about comfort for me, and I don't have anything panned right now. So we'll get around to it. It's going to happen. I've got plans for this stream. We're going to work slowly towards those plans. So any donations, things like that, all of that goes towards making the stream way better. I actually need a new pair of headphones, which is sad. My last headphones died. These are the oldest pair of headphones that I have, but my really nice last pair of headphones died after 12 years of existence. I've had these for a long ass time. Sir Jakey Jake, thank you for the sub. That's awesome. Thank you. Spectral Bonsai, coming over for a movie tomorrow. We're gonna watch horror films together, gonna be so fun. Spectral Bonsai is my little brother. Adopted little brother, but little brother. Love. Sounds good. Heartbeat accelerates, impressive. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for noticing that. I really appreciate that. You bet, love your music. Oh, thank you so much, Jake. That means so much to me. By the way, I turned on a bunch of alerts. So theoretically, if things happen during the stream, David Bowie will come up and do things for us. So if you follow, David Bowie should come up, and it shouldn't cancel all of my sound and force me to restart the stream. Theoretically. We haven't had it happen yet. Oh, thank you so much, Arthur. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. So awesome. Shall we read a little bit of Leonard Cohen? This is a book called Interviews and Encounters. I haven't read any of it yet, but last year I went to an art exhibit that was based off of the lifetime of his work at the Jewish Museum in New York City. And I gotta say, I cried through the entire thing. From the grave. What did I say about graves? What did I do? Yes, he will come. Yes, David Bowie will come back from the grave and do things for us. That is my hope. Yeah. Yay. Okay, so earlier today, before I get into any of this, earlier today I was meditating and had this very gentle realization that I, over the course of quarantining and stuff, have just been taking records of wrongs of people, maybe people, I live alone, maybe people who haven't been reaching out to me, people who I thought were really close friends that, whatever, they haven't been doing good enough, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying this is like my subconscious, my subconscious making tallies of things that people aren't doing well. And I realized that was true, and I felt just led through this really easy process today of acknowledging that I've been doing that, trying to start the process of forgiving them, and then moving through that space towards like just being a deeper self, I guess. I also realized that I had like very thick walls around me, and I'm not saying that they're not there, but I acknowledged them maybe for the first time, and then immediately made a therapy appointment so that I can start working through them. And I gotta say, I think that's why I feel badass right now, because I spent all this time just saying yes, like instead of pushing that away, like saying yes to it. Whenever one of those ideas came up, it just always was like, oh yeah, that's true, totally. But I could see it, and I don't feel like I can, even when people point it out, I don't feel like I can always see those things going on, like I could consciously recognize that I was angry, even though I didn't feel angry, which I think is crazy and super profound, and I don't need to be in a hallway right now. And it was just this really beautiful thing. I went through that time of processing that, and I feel badass, and I'm really looking forward to, I have a meeting with a close friend that I haven't seen since lockdown happened tomorrow at the park, and then I have a Skype meeting with my therapist on Friday, and I'm fucking stoked, man. I feel kind of like I'm gonna like punch my way through that. Maybe a block I've been carrying for years. I know that it's harder to do that than one would hope. So I'm really just grateful today. Feeling just very, 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 very grateful. Oh, this is a cool book. Why haven't I started reading this yet? 'Cause I'm silly. I'm gonna turn the air conditioner on. It's getting very hot in this room. It's getting very, very hot in this room. Yeah, it's getting very hot in this room. Very, very hot. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, here's one Leonard Cohen clip. The book is structured so that you see his interviewer. So you have the interviewer, and then he answers like line by line by line. But they have these cool clips here, and this is on his musical Forebears. The kind of training I had as a young writer, a young composer, made me very much aware of where I stood in a long line of singers or poets, musicians from the troubadours, even before that from Homer, and even before that from Isaiah and King David, coming all the way down through the various strains into English literature, into poetry, into folk poetry like Robbie Burns, into folk singers like Pete Seeger, Alan Lomax, and Woody Guthrie, and down to my own generation. I have always been aware that tradition, and to be one of the figures that allows the tradition to continue, is very gratifying. Thank you, Colin. Yeah, lurkers, how you doing? What you guys up to? I love Leonard Cohen. So I went to New York last year because I needed to go on vocal rest. I had a speaking injury, which is weird as a singer, but apparently I don't breathe correctly sometimes. And so I went. I also have a thyroid disease that pretty much constantly puts my voice at risk. And so I have a team of doctors that I'm working with to try and work through all of it. And I'm getting ready to thyroid doctor's appointment yesterday, and I'm getting ready to meet with someone at the Vanderbilt Clinic who's the leader in thyroid surgery, so that we can talk about how long I won't be able to sing if I get the surgery. I've been putting it off, and it'll take away at least 6 months. I'm trying to put it off for the next 14 years. This is my goal. So, but I tried, because all of this is kind of in play, and because the voice is a really delicate thing that you can injure kind of easily. I try to hold my voice really, really lightly. And I just had this moment of realizing that, when I was in this exhibit of his, just seeing like the life of an artist instead of just someone who identifies themselves by their voice. Yeah, a lot of singers lose their voices for not singing right. A lot of singers lose their voices just because they're tired or sick. A lot of singers lose their voices from overuse. Certain kinds of singers, like me, can only tour short term, meaning like 2 months at a time. Like I can't go on a year-long tour anymore because of the impact it has on my voice. But I use my entire voice, which most singers don't do. And so yeah, so it's interesting. You can get injuries from various things, and then there are also multiple diseases that can threaten your voice. So the reason why what's her name? Dan, I feel like you're the person who would know this off the top of my head. It's a trio: Emmylou Harris, Dolly Parton, and who was the other singer? What is her name? I can't. I think it's called dysphonia. You get it it's a disease in your throat, and you can't actually sing at all anymore. I think Shania Twain has it. She's been working with like the best vocal coaches in the world to try to get her voice back, and has had to relearn how to sing. But what is her name? That's gonna pop into my head in a second. Linda Ronstadt. I knew Dan was the answer guy. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. Yeah, Linda Ronstadt. So she developed dysphonia. And so it's an interesting thing. I try to hold my voice really lightly. It's one of my favorite things in the whole world. And I'm really, really grateful for it. So I went to this Leonard Cohen exhibit, and it was just this incredible meditation on his life, like one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. And there was one exhibit that followed his early career before he went into a Buddhist monastery for about 10 years. And then the Buddhists, at the end of that 10 years, actually kicked him out, saying that he had more work to do and that he was using the monastery as a crutch. And so, but he basically went there as like a form of repentance for the way he had behaved in the first part of his career, and went through this long process of service and silence and meditation. And when he got out, his voice was way better, his songs were way more interesting, and his performances were so pure and beautiful. And I really love the transition of his life, and when you can see it that clearly. But during one of the pieces, he was being interviewed, and there was a moment where he said something like, as you get older, the likelihood that your voice goes away increases and increases and increases. And he's like, I started out as a bad singer and my voice got better over time, which is really unusual. Thank you, Trevor. Oh, and he was just like, whether or not you have a career in your 60s is only chance, and it has nothing to do with technical skill by the time you get that old. And I was just like really moved by it, and really it just put some perspective that I needed to have in place, and it was really good. So that's why I thought we'd read from a little bit of Leonard Cohen tonight. Thanks for sticking around while I rambled for a second. Trevor, how are you doing? Trevor and Arthur are our moderators, by the way. Please give them a round of applause because they're glorious and I love them both. And I'm very grateful to each of them. Yay! Thank you for clapping, Sir Jakey Jake. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. Johnny, are you still here? Do you have a request? I just wanted to check in. If you're still here and you have a request of a song that I have written, please make yourself known. I'm so excited to sing. It was a good ramble. My dinner break is over and I'm headed back to do more creative things. See you tomorrow. Bye, my friend. Spectral Bonsai, you can follow him on Twitch as well. He plays games and things, and he's also wrapping cool consoles in copper and doing rad stuff to it. So he's turning gaming consoles into pieces of art. So if you follow him and you like gaming, you should pay attention. You want the hardest rock song in my repertoire? You got it. Deal. Call and you have a request. Is it One More Second Chance? Thank you, Arthur. Gimmick, thank you for the raid. Thank you. That's awesome. Why aren't my alerts working? I gotta figure that out. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Oh, that's awesome. Yay! It's so good to have you guys here. I'm stoked. Hello, everybody. We're gonna play a song. What's it called? It's called Molasses. I wrote this song on my first day of homelessness for a while in 2011, and I knew something was not quite right. And then I looked at the walls of the house where I was house sitting that night, because a friend let me watch over to her house basically while she was out of town, and there was a sap coming out of the walls. They were like, it's not okay. It was not okay. The house had been built in the 1940s. It was not all right. And I was like, oh, that's fucked up. The situation I'm in is a little fucked up. I'm going to write a song. So that's what this is. like ink scratching history on its still it seems that you've gone, and this is the anchor. What's written on the board? Yeah, this is the anchor. What's written on the board? These are my hands, stitching my heart to my sleeves. Ill advised, I know, still I can't ignore the need to you found yourself. To me, and these are my own hands, stitching my heart to my sleeve. Yeah, these are my own hands, stitching my heart to my sleeve. Yeah, these are my own hands, stitching my heart to my Wee. Jake, did you leave? Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. It is good to have seen you here, senor. Gimmick, thank you again for the raid. I love these little carts. Are those paw prints? What is happening there, Gimmick? Those are your emotes, right? They're very cool. I love them. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. I'm feeling very, for the first time in weeks, I'm feeling very emotionally good. So I'm kind of having to hope that it sounds okay because I think I'm high on my own body chemicals today, which I'm fine with. I felt like I was on fire for the last 6 weeks. This is good. Just hoping that it's right. Oh, I'm going to play without a sound. Oh man, I'm all messed up. All the things that I've been trying to do to... See? It's just a day of headphone shenanigans. Can't do nothing about it but surrender. What is this life? Why? Confidence sells well. Thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't call it confidence. I'd call it accepting that you just can't always be like right in it 100% of the time. Although I wish, much to my chagrin, this is true. Leave it. I need new headphones. These are so short. It just is what it is. You love that chair? I love that chair, Colin. I think I'm gonna switch my room around so that during the night streams, the chair is gonna be over by my window. That's where my desk is right now. But for winter, I want to have like a really cozy place to be. And I'm super excited about it. And then I'll switch the camera around as well, I think. In my head, it's going to look really pretty. And then maybe we'll see deer walking past the window every once in a while. It could also be a disaster. So we'll see. I'm getting a lot of noise out of this guy today. Why? Why so noisy today? No. Peculiarities. Maybe if I do this. No. That idea did not work. I feel like there's a very light hissing sound coming into the feed, and it just is what it is. We're gonna walk away and let it be fine. I have to disengage my audio engineer, my personal audio engineer in my head sometimes. This is without a sound. Tonight we leave this place we've gone. Taking our loved ones, leaving the things we are. against you. Without a sound, without a sound. Without a sound. It's breaking my heart. Tonight I saw it, a miracle before my eyes. $10,000 sparrows took to the sky in flight. And I stood up on the hillside and watched the whole time burn to the ground. Without a sound. Without a sound. Thank you, friends. Oh, Gimmick, thank you so much. Are you a musician as well? Oh, turn my reverb off. Do you play music? Everybody go follow Gimmick also. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in here. I really appreciate this. What kind of music do you make? I'm guessing that you're a musician or a gamer. Tell us about yourself. I'd love to know. The Perry Rocks. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate you guys. I'm so grateful for all of you. We can get deep into the rock and roll next. You used to rap once upon a time. Dope! That's awesome. So are you a gamer then? What games are you doing? Are you new to Twitch? Tell me all the things. I want to know all the things. Introduce yourself to everybody. You don't have to tell me all the things. I am very interested. Ah. Oh, that's awesome. The Perry Rocks. That's really cool. I love that. I'm not so good. You play horror games? Oh my gosh, I need to follow you. Dope. That's awesome. What were you playing tonight? That's really, 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 really cool. Yeah, I said dope. That's awesome. For those of us who are not new here, we know that I watch a lot of horror. You're playing Dead by Daylight. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm gonna go back and watch your stream after this. It's so awesome. That's really, really, really cool. I want to get into gaming on this, but I'm nervous that my PC is not fast enough. There's a whole list of things I need to make happen in the world. All right. Someone requested my most rockin' song. Oh Lord, what's happening on my finger? We need a counter for every time Kat says dope. Can we train Nightbot to count that for us? Also, I am very disappointed that my alerts are not working today after working so hard on it. Good Lord. I feel like going in here and seeing if I can trigger my own alerts for you guys. Gimme. Window size too small. Poop on your head. Gimme, 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 alert box. I just wanna see David Bowie do cool stuff. All right, I'm gonna test a thing, see if it's working. I'm gonna test my follows. Test. See, there's David Bowie. Test subs. Why didn't it work when the raid happened? This is what raiding is. I was so excited about this one. Because it's Mick Jagger and David Bowie doing this. Oh my gosh, I'm so bummed about that. That makes me so sad. I have to figure out what's wrong. Last time we did this, my John didn't actually donate $71. That didn't happen. I'm just clicking through things. Last time someone triggered the alerts, an enormous sound came up, and completely shut the stream down. I don't know why. I have no idea what happened, but now my alerts just aren't working, and that makes me very sad. I'm trying to learn. That's the King of Goblins. It is the King of Goblins. Did you add the alerts as a browser source on OBS? Yes, I did. Oh, I can do that? Ooh, I'm totally going to do that. That's funny. Thank you, Perry Rocks. I appreciate that. So funny. Time to call tech support. Yeah, Trevor. Trevor is my tech support. He's so awesome. What David Bowie clips do you have? It's just okay. So this is follows. We'll just run through each one individually. This is subscriptions. This is same one as resubs. This is donations. John's going to donate another $71 or $39. Thanks, John. This is if someone hosts my channel. This is someone who gives me bits. Get a little wink. This is supposed to be for raids. Let's see. And then there's a Prime gift. And then this is for Amazon Prime gifts because you can gift people subscriptions. I love that one. So that's all the things that aren't working, apparently, on my stream. We'll figure it out. Me and Trevor will figure it out. And now I have no other people but Cat Jones Music and John doing things here. Oh, it's so awesome. All right, I'm going to play Losing next. I feel like I should do a stream of just songs that I've completely abandoned. Like all the songs that I wrote in high school. But then I have to like go back and learn 100% of the songs, and then you'd probably just see me groaning about the lyrics the whole time. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, I will not sing those lyrics out loud. I'll just say that they like the word velvet, like I say crushed velvet dreams as one of the lyrics. There's something about being bludgeoned to death by my own apathy. Just terrible lyrics. But I enjoy that they've always been violent. Very, very violent. I get struck by lightning in songs. My throat gets cut. I'm bludgeoned to death by my own apathy. People freeze to death. Yeah. Very violent music. Flashback Fridays just got a whole more interesting. So, oh my gosh, it would just be just graveyard. We just stroll through a graveyard of really bad lyrics. Yeah, the Raids gift is amazing. What makes me happy about that is that so I used to waitress at a music venue where David Bowie's guitar player was a regular because he was best friends with the owner. It was this place called the Family Wash. If you continue to follow me, I'll probably mention the Family Wash a whole lot because it was like a really great period in my life. But what's funny about that is that I found out through Reeves, David's guitar player, that Dancing in the Streets, which is that Mick Jagger, David Bowie song, was actually recorded the day of We Are the World. And they were butthurt that they weren't invited. This is the coolest, funniest, silliest story ever. They were butthurt that they weren't invited. And so they did tons and tons and tons and tons of coke, and then recorded Dancing in the Streets and the video on exactly the same day. So it's like that video is terrible. Like, can we all just admit that that video and that song are awful? Those were just basically one long giant coke binge, which I've always found humorous. And every single time I see it, or if you've seen the what is the one where they cut off the music and they just have like the shuffling of their feet? I can't remember what that's called. Guitar something. Every time I watch that, I just think about like, oh, all those guys have just been using coke forever. That's so funny. I think we've pinpointed Kat's love of horror movies. Yeah, indeed we have. I have a whole idea about horror movies and silent films that will come in the future if I get enough followers. So we shall see. Step by step. First 100 first, and then I think if I get 500 followers, I'll celebrate that, if it happens, by launching this idea that I have. This is called Losing. I'm going to do that after every single song today. That's just the way this is going to go. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Does anyone want to ask any questions? I'm happy happy to answer questions for you if you need some questions answered. I'm in such a bloomin' good mood. That's so nice. I think I felt like this after my new record came out on, when was it? When was that? When did I do that? In July. I think I felt good then. The apocalypse, man. What are you gonna do? How do you feel about the Evil Dead series? Of course it's amazing. Bruce Campbell is incredible. I love it. The first time I ever saw that, I was on tour and I was in Seattle, actually. My friend at the time had this incredible apartment that I feel like she was borrowing from someone. I don't know the story behind that, but it was so amazing. And I stayed with her for 2 weeks, and she invited a bunch of our friends over, and I saw Evil Dead 2 for the first time with her. It was so incredible. It was just this like amazing experience. And then I think we watched Army of Darkness, and then I watched Evil Dead 1 later. And yeah, it was just the greatest. Who's a lollygagger? Who's is Manny lollygagging? Is that what you're saying, Colin? Hi, Manny. How are you? What's up, Manny? It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dog. And Dr. Dre is at the door. All right. Cohen clip on happiness. Oh, Bruce Campbell lollygagging. Oh, I love him so much. Have you watched the television show? The television show's okay. It's like, it's not as shocking, you know? I like it when the shows are shocking. When you're like, what is happening? I mean, that's why Watchmen and Give Me a Brain, Self, Give Me a Brain. What just happened? Lovecraft Country. That's why those two are so incredible, because you're constantly caught off guard the entire time. And it's really amazing. I love it. Yeah, Lovecraft Country is so good. So good. I'm rewatching it right now, and I'm just freaking excited about it. That fishtail looks great on you. Is this the fishtail you speak of? My plait, my braid. You don't have a paid password. Oh, to HBO Go. Yeah, a friend is letting me use his for sure. Because I can't subscribe to all the things. That's stupidness. For some reason, Mac just gave me an Apple TV password, and I went on it, and I was like, This looks dumb. I'm so confused by this. Why am I supposed to get excited about this? What's happening here? All right. Cohen clip on happiness. I think it would be very incautious to declare yourself a happy man. There are a lot of forces that immediately are animated when someone makes that statement, and you usually get creamed within seconds. That's so true. So I'll refrain from that kind of proclamation, but I can't complain. I find the whole thing very workable. That's from a article called Rebirth of a Ladies' Man by Brendan Kelly in 1992. All right, this is on his favorite song. This is from Details for Men from January 1993. When people ask me what's my favorite song, I say Fats Domino, Berry Hill. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. The moon stood still on Blueberry Hill. That's as good as it gets, as far as I know. You know everything about that moment. You know you're continually seesawing back and forth between the secular and the spiritual until from time to time you hit it right. It's there on Blueberry Hill or Old Man River from Ray Charles. And this is the Philadelphia Inquirer on January 4th, 1993, and this is him on songwriting. I've only learned one thing writing songs, and that is if you stay with it long enough, the song will yield. But long enough is beyond any reasonable length of what long enough might suggest to you. You might think it's a few months. It might be a year or two. The work of it seems to be involved with rejecting every version of the song that is too easy, and then you read it, and it's kind of a surprise, because it's a position you couldn't have come to in any other process. It doesn't involve a slogan. You can't even transcend your own politics. You burn away those versions of yourself, your courage and your modesty, until you get something irreducible, that lowest guy on the food chain shouting, "They're gonna hear from me." It is ridiculous how long it takes to write songs. Sometimes I spent 8 or 9 years writing Muévete. Very, very dumb. Very long time. I had the chord progression first, and then this guy. That showed up first, and I knew it was really special the moment it showed up. And I waited and waited and waited and waited, and then one day in 2009, I got all of the lyrics and the melody except for 2 lines. And then I waited for 2 more years. And then in April of 2011, either right after a tornado or right before it, I can't remember which, I sat on my floor and I finished that song. It was probably right after the tornado. And it was a big freaking deal. And I'm going to save that song for last. So if you stick around, you'll get to hear it. Hola, Tom. How are you, senor? Velkommen. So glad you're here. So we'll sing about a different storm today. We'll sing about a flood. brought friends. Why did I just call you Taylor Trevor? Oh, that's hilarious. Aubryn, what's up? How is your feed? It's so good to see you. Thank you for the raid, as always. I'm so grateful. Jeremy, what is up? How you doing, son? How is Not Quite Atlanta treating you? Is it good? Are you good? Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Manny. Oh, it's good that you're here, man. I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you. I do mean that album, Arthur. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I've made everything about today better. I'm so glad, Colin. Arthur says, I've never heard this before. Can you talk more about your song creating process and share some insights about how you created some of your other songs? Yeah, absolutely. It takes a long time sometimes. Man, it's good to see you guys. Jeremy, you're great. Recording a lot. Good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that. I can't wait to hear. That's so good. I've been loving what you've been posting on Instagram. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for sharing. It's very, very, very cool. Yay! That's so fun. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the raid. Y'all are glorious. All right. Yeah, the process of songwriting for me, everybody is different. It's different every single time, actually. Muévete, which is the song I'll be playing in not the next song, but the song after this, was like a giant miracle. It was like a thunderbolt out of heaven when it showed up. I mean, truly, for me. The lyrics, I'm so proud of those lyrics, and those just like shot out of my fingertips and into the song. I think I had written a lot of them in an airplane coming back from Fresno. I'm not as sensitive to this as I used to be, but whenever I would go to Fresno, like words would drip into me from the air, and I would just get these like crazy moments of inspiration when I was there. It doesn't happen to me as much. I'd like to spend like a solid 3 to 6 months on a writer's retreat there someday, and just write. I think that would be really amazing, and also I miss my friends. But until that's a thing, I think I wrote a bunch of that on like a little kid's writing pad, like, you know, the old brown paper you used to practice handwriting on, that stuff. And then I think, I'm not 100% sure that this is accurate, I think I did a bunch of editing from that song on the night that I wrote it. And it was just like, I sit here in the sunshine and the nuclear heat. That's all Fresno, the sunshine and the nuclear heat. And that was a reference to me walking around downtown. There used to be a coffee shop when I was working at that thrift store on Van Ness in downtown Fresno. There used to be this coffee shop close to Fulton Street. If you're walking away from American Vintage Thrift down Van Ness towards the Tower Theater, there's like a small inroad that you can make just about half a block away. And there was this amazing little jazz coffee shop, you know. One of the beautiful things about California and Fresno in particular is like the way jazz feels when you listen to it there. It really feels like it's part of the soil. Same with poetry. Really incredible. And I would walk around downtown during my, I've got a tickle in my throat. Excuse me. During my lunch breaks at the thrift store, and I would just really take in the way that sunlight looks downtown, and how bright it was at 12 o'clock, and how hot it was, and the way that Fresno gets hot, So that first line, I sit here in the sunshine and the nuclear heat, I have almost disappeared. Sucking the light from the stickiest peach, I heard her whisper in my ear. So the idea is that she's walking through a peach orchard. I'm walking through a peach orchard. And have taken one of those like fallen peaches off the ground and eating it. That's actually a reference to two authors. One is Ralph Waldo Emerson has a essay on peach pits, and it's basically this long essay of which came first, the peach or the peach pit. And it's this really beautiful essay on like birth and creation. And then there's a poem by Philip Levine, who is a Fresno-based poet. He was the poet laureate for the entire nation, I think in 2009, before he passed away. I was so happy. He's one of my favorite poets of all time. Philip Levine, and I have a good story about him too that I'll tell right after this. And then I'll do Blood Under the Redwoods, because it's also about California. So that is there's a last line in a Philip Levine poem. I don't know which one it is, but I was at a reading of his, and he was reading a brand new poem. So I don't know which book it ended up in, but the last line was basically, grace is the flavor that is the flavor that a peach leaves left around your mouth and on your lips after you've devoured it to the core. This beautiful line. And so for me, those two references are what I think about every time I think about it. So I sit here in the sunlight and the nuclear heat. I have almost disappeared, sucking the light from the stickiest peach. I heard a whisper in my ear. I turned to find the source of this mysterious voice, heard the fig tree branches sway. Fresno again. The fig trees are really scary to me. We had a fig tree when we first moved to Fresno. There was a fig tree right outside my window, and it cast the spookiest, like poltergeist shadows into my room. Sucking the life from the stickiest peach. A whisper in my ear. Turned to find the source of this mysterious voice. The fig tree branches swayed. The soil beneath me groaned and then sighed, and then the earth below gave way. So it's like there's like an earthquake or a sinkhole in the ground. And then we go, muévete, montañas, get the fuck out of my way. And so, yeah, that's sort of, when I am writing songs, I work really hard to put at least 3 references into each stanza that are completely different meanings. So I try to stack the meaning for me so that the song stays fresh, and so that when I revisit it, I can go to one of those meanings or a new meaning if that new meaning emerges, and then bring it into my life and present that song with 100% authenticity. But I hope that it also means that you get one of those 3 meanings every single time you see me. I don't know if I'm this kind of singer, but I saw Sixpence None the Richer play, and Leigh Nash is just this insanely emotional singer. And I saw her play at the big Fresno Fair, just after This Beautiful Mess had been released, and I knew that album backwards and forwards, or not This Beautiful Mess, but the Sixpence None the Richer self-titled record, which has There She Goes on it. and Kiss Me. And I knew it backwards and forwards, and I saw her sing, and I could hear by the way that she delivered her vocals what her exact meaning was. And I heard the song in a brand new way when they were performing it that day. And that blew my mind, that like she basically transmitted this idea of what the song meant through the air, and that I saw a whole new color and picture. I don't know if I am that good of a musician, you know. I don't know if you get that kind of meaning out of my voice when I'm singing it. I don't know if you can hear my intention when I'm singing it, but I've tried to work really hard to stay focused enough on what I'm singing. It's one of the reasons why I get distracted playing guitar sometimes. But to be focused enough when I'm singing that you get some of that intention and can hear meaning in a new way. So that's like a hope. So that's just that song. Losing, or actually let's do Without a Sound, was an interesting one. This one took me 4 years to write about. And I had just finished a tour with this band called The Violet Burning. And the chorus at the time was a really Violet Burning song. And I really loved this chord progression. So it started here. And I would watch television and I would play these chords. And the lyrics were like originally like I would be like, and I do this while I play television so that my body will remember what I'm playing and that my brain won't be as involved in the process. And when I got here, I think it was like, there's something about like headlights, something. It was a very Michael Pritzl line, and he used to love that song. I don't know if he still does anymore, but he used to try to convince me to let him record it. So I would just chill on this song and just sit here, and then I had just come back from a really long, super hard tour, and I had some friends ask me if because I was living with my parents at the time, because I was only at home 1 or 2 months out of the year, and it was Christmas time, and they asked me if I could house sit for them, so I didn't have to be at home during Christmas time, and we could just spend Christmas like, you know, a normal family with an adult in it. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate you. And I was ready to finish this song. I could feel it. Like, you get these like messages that come in, like, this song's about to get done, you know? And I was reading Hard Times by, what's his name? Dickinson. And I finished the book and I put it down, and I suddenly had this idea that I should actually write a short story about what's happening in the song, and then the lyrics would emerge from that. And so I wrote a short story. If I can find it, I'll read it to you guys sometime. I wrote a short story about a warring nation, loosely based off of Nazi Germany, a warring nation coming to this village. And everyone there was packing up their things and sweeping their home out and getting their kids ready and tying their kids' shoes and trying to get on these trains as fast as possible because these cannons of fire were about to come and destroy the entire town. But there is this female, this girl in the story who decides that instead of leaving, she's going to leave through the hills and she's going to watch her home burn to the ground. So that's where, and so when the story closed, I picked up my guitar and I sang, "Tonight we leave this place we've called home. Taking our loved ones, leaving the things we owned. And I sat up on the hillside, watched the city burn down without a sound, without a sound. So in the middle, she meets a soldier who is tired, and the lyrics there are "Lay down, sweet soldier." And really, I was talking about myself because I've been touring for so long and I was exhausted. And so the lyrics are, "Lay down, sweet soldier, it's time to get some rest, to untie these burdens strapped tight against your chest. We'll lay up on the hillside and watch the city burn down without a sound." And I was, going through some stuff. I wasn't the best version of myself when I was touring that much. And so I was going through some heartache. So the lyric there was pull me apart, it's our finest art. It's breaking my heart. And then we get to this moment where these birds emerge. I think this is the first song that I wrote that had birds really starting to stand out as a serious character in the through line of my work. And so you had "Tonight I saw it, a miracle before my eyes. 10,000 sparrows took to the sky in flight. And I stood up on the hillside and watched the whole town burn to the ground without a sound. Without a sound. Yeah, this like me singing as she's walking into the forest and kind of making her exit. And then this change. That change is directly inspired, but sounds nothing like a Ryan Adams song. Oh, my sweet Carolina, what compels me to go? Oh, my sweet disposition, may you one day carry me home. So it's like, was like a personal nod to that song, because when I was living in Scotland, I was playing every night or once a week at this open mic where all these like incredible incredible songwriters were playing every single night, and where they were doing cover songs every night. And one person, my friend Melky, would go up and sing right after that album was released, "Oh My Sweet Carolina," every single time he played. And it was just this really sweet moment of me, I've done a lot of stuff, Trevor, of me experiencing Scotland and learning more about myself and becoming this person that I wanted to become. So that's all in that song. So it's just this like, this is a, sentimental thing. So yeah, that's pretty much the way I write music. So songs kind of come, actually I feel like we should do Peace Be Still. Songs come suddenly, or they come over a really long period of time, but I know when they show up that they're friends, if that makes sense. Brandon, hugs to you too. It's good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. And so like when an idea shows up and it comes up to me and it shakes my hand and it says, "Hey, we're friends," I stick with that idea, and I know right away, I get like a deep sense that that is supposed to be something I stand with, and so, yeah. Please play for my birthday in 2 years. We can make that happen. We can totally make that happen. So that's kind of like, that's, to answer your question, Arthur, that's my approach to, you're so sweet. Thank you. That's my approach to songwriting, is trying to come at it from a trillion different languages, different sides. By the way, everyone, if you don't follow Auburn Music, please go follow Auburn Music on Twitch. She's freaking dope. Her voice is incredible. She does a lot of really fun things on her stream. Yeah, so like Peace Be Still, you know why I wrote that, Arthur, is to, I've got a dot on my mouth that I'm clearing away, is to, for some reason, I just felt like I needed to give people a reason to attach themselves to like unearned peace, and that song just was suddenly there. I was on my porch swing, and the melody came into my head, and the lyrics came into my head, and I ran into the house, and it was done in 5 minutes, so it really, really depends, man. It's a whole process. Thank you, Arthur. So let's hit Peace Be Still. Silent. There are songs out of key that elbow through. There is no room. There is no room. Watching as though they could sleep the path divided then was erased. Peace be still. Peace be still. The winter was harsh. Well, don't you know the sun finally set? Ooh, good night. Deeper within me, I felt a heartbeat, and it sang, "Please be still." I breathe, please be still. Didn't make sense, but accepted the peace. I leaned down, got on my knees. For his voice felt so sweet. Closed my eyes and fell asleep. The sky's gone dark. Please be still. The fear in your heart. Please be still. There's blood on your clothes. Please be still. And everyone knows. Please be Thank you, Trevor. Hannah. Oh my gosh. Omega Snipe, Wagon Wheel. I'm just doing originals tonight. If you'd like to join us on Friday or Saturday at 2 p.m., I will play that song for you. Cool? It's an easy one. Very, very easy to play that guy. I can Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, like any way you feel. Please, mama, rock me. But I'll put that on my list and I'll play it for you on Friday. Does that sound good? Or you can let me know you're there and then I'll play it for you. I have a funny story about that. So, this band called Old Crow Medicine Show actually wrote that song. And when I was living in East Nashville, Chance, one of the lead singers and songwriters in that band, used to it was just the weirdest thing. So he'd play at the Family Wash, or they'd play at the Family Wash every once in a while. They do like surprise shows, and 150 people would suddenly show up. It was really fun. Hannah, if you go into my description on Facebook, there's a link to tip me there. And thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. Wagon Wheels by Lou Reed? Really? Blowing my mind. Dumb-faced me. Oh my gosh. I'm very excited about going to listen to that. Okay, cool. Thank you. Wow. How have I never heard that before? What is wrong with me? I want a doll with no head in return. I don't have any dolls with no heads, but I do have heads with no dolls that I could send you. I'm not kidding. I have a bunch of bodiless doll heads in my laundry room. Thank you, Arthur. You're so great. Friday cover request. Can you please send the "I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my mind"? That was yeah, it's not a cover of "I'll Be Home for Christmas." It's an original called "I'll Be Home for Christmas," and you got it. I'll totally play that for you. Yeah, you got it. Also, I should definitely start making plaster doll heads. Cool. I'm very excited about this idea you just gave me, Hannah. Now I'm going to retract my brain from getting excited about making plaster doll heads. So I saw Chance with a wheelbarrow one day. He was basically my neighbor. He lived like 2 blocks away from me. I saw him with a wheelbarrow one day, and it was filled like way high with cabbage, and he's like waddling with a wheelbarrow of cabbage down the center of the street. And I was just like, yeah, man, eccentric rock stars, they make the world go round. It's the most amazing thing in the world. So good. Well, I think because we played that, we're gonna head straight to Muévete now. Again, guys, thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your questions. If anyone else has questions, please throw them in real quick, and I'll answer those before I start playing Muévete. But I'm excited to play Muévete now that you've heard most of the lyrics spoken out and can hear them. That's going to be really fun. So it's going to be, I'm excited about that. We're all in shutdown. I wish I could be home. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I haven't been able to see my mom in over a year. I'm so sad about that. I'm so glad I got to see her as much as I got to last year. That's an incredible miracle. But I miss her a lot. I thought more you'd just tear doll heads off and got all diabolical. No, I bought a bag of doll heads. I own a bag of doll heads that are about this big. Oh, that Christmas EP. Yeah. I can show you one of my doll heads. I've been thinking about bringing it in here anyway. As we build this room out, I'm gonna grab you a doll head to see. Don't go away. This is your whole music. Your whole music. It's your whole music. It's your whole music. It's your whole music today. Today. It's your whole music today. So the idea is that this doll head will look like this. It had this exact plant in there, but, well, it had a plant like this exact plant in there. But that plant died, and then I almost killed its replacement. But this is the doll head. So that's the inside of the head, and I use it as a planter. Yay! And I love it. And its eyes are blue, just like my earrings, which makes me very happy and gives me ideas about future photos. So, yes, that is that. Hi, is it Hareton? Hareton? Is that Scottish? Cornero. It's not. Where are you from? If you feel like telling me, I'm very interested in where that name comes from. I used to play this album with me. Oh, that's so sweet, Colin. Oh, you can say it's creepy. It's not meant not to be creepy. Yeah, I'll have physical copies of that. I thought I found some. I'm gonna have to go digging for those. We'll try to make that happen. Oh man, Arthur, thank you. It's okay, Trevor, that it freaks you out. Doll heads aren't for everyone. They are for me, though. Hi, David. How are you doing? Thank you. Hannah. Okay, I love you. Thank you so much, Trevor. You are dope. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right, muévete. Which guitar do I want to play? This one? Let's do this one. The puppy has been so quiet. Birds in the sky, you know how I feel. There's a new thought, and there's a new day, there's a new life. Oh, me, and I'm feeling good. Stretchy for the last song. It's good to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being my friends. Thank you for talking with me. Thank you for spending time with me. Arthur, when we talk on the phone later this week, I went to a really, really, really cool online symposium about grief that was so incredible. I was thinking about you the entire time I was listening to it. I sent the link to a bunch of friends and then realized while I was listening to it that I should have sent it to you as well. And I apologize for not doing that. But it was incredible. Yeah, live from the Yellow Room. If you decide that you want to watch it live again after you watch it live now. And I'm wearing like a fur coat with like fringe around the head. I'm not dressed dissimilarly to the way I am dressed now, except that my hair is not shaved and it's in a bun. Colin, it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. I didn't have a shaved head, and I think my hair was in a bun, and my pomp was up, but my head was not shaved. That's true. All right, we're going to play Muévete as soon as I give myself some tea. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Thank you for being with me on this day where I'm feeling rather awesome. Just inwardly. I'm not saying I'm feeling like I'm rather awesome. I'm just having a good emotional day, and I'm glad that you guys are here for it. Because you've been here for other days as well. Thank you for your time. This is Muévete. In the sunshine and the nuclear heat have almost disappeared, sucking the life from the stickiest peach and a whisper in my ear. I turn to find the source of this mysterious voice, the fig tree branches sway. Soil beneath me roamed on one side, and the earth below gave way, and the earth below gave way. I felt the rush of wings in the air as the birds called to take flight. A miraculous hush to the orchards above as a flock gathered up their mind, starting to lift me up from the ground. Give a desperate sigh of relief. I felt my body soak in the dirt and the soil and rooted my belief and rooted my belief. baby. Oh yeah, I have to save that one for last because my voice is very different. After I finish that one, for sure, it's a screamer. It is a screamer. Yeah, it is starting to feel like fall. John says, still getting like 3 days of fall and winter here. Then it's summer. Oh, that's interesting, John. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. How do I describe it? This is a flamenco pattern. So I'm strumming with my fingers. My fingers go pinky, ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger, but up on the thumb. So this is specifically a style of flamenco playing. So, and I usually pluck up, down. So it's like I don't know if that's like an existing traditional flamenco pattern. It kind of showed up for me one day while I was in the studio with a friend. John, your voice reminds me of Spanish, singing from Spain. Thank you. My voice comes from around that area, kind of where Poland is now. Comes from my family. Pacifist. Wait, Colin, I have no idea what you're trying to say. Poland, Turkey, they're not close anymore. Things used to look different. I can feel that flamenco. That flanco. Yeah. I definitely love doing it, and I one of my first experiences as like an independent adult out of high school was with a flamenco band. Thank you, Colin. In Fresno, and I fell in love with it. A close friend of mine was dating a flamenco guitar player or something. She was learning how to dance flamenco. And really, 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 really incredible artist, and just like every time I saw them, it was a special experience and really like embedded itself into me. And then those of you who have heard stories about how like I've learned about my voice over the last 15 years, know that it's been like kind of a journey. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. That was the last song. It's time for me to get some stuff done other than this stream. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you again. If people will clap for Taylor and Arthur, also known as Trevor and Arthur. Taylor is Trevor. Arthur is It's Art with Words. If you'd please applaud them. They've been moderating these streams for me, and I'm really, really grateful for them and for their time. So thank you guys again for doing that. And yeah, I just appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, John. I do this every, I do original songs. That was an original every Monday and Wednesday. Monday is 8 p.m. and Wednesday is 9 p.m. And then we kind of fuck around right now. I'm trying to figure out, I'm new to this whole live streaming thing still. I've only been doing it a month. Cat Jones and the Moderators. Dude, that's a good band name. I'm not gonna lie. That's really good. Man, that's really good. Um, oh man, where were you when I was doing like Cat Jones and the Fine Lines or Cat? I had like one band that I called Diseases for Kisses. Not cool. Thank you, John. So Friday and Saturdays, we're still getting a hold of what those are going to look like. Working on it. It's slow progression towards goals, you know? So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for rating. You guys are all so awesome. It's giving you ideas, ain't it? Oh, it sure is. I appreciate all of you. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad we get to spend this time together, even if it's during the apocalypse. And if anyone is struggling right now, if you're just struggling with negative thoughts or you feel isolated in this time, don't be afraid to go to NAMI.org, NAMI.org, and check in with them. We really appreciate you, and we want you to stick around, and you are important and valuable and good, and one person in an 8 billion person puzzle piece that is important. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you guys on Friday. All right. Oh, we need to raid someone. For those of you guys who are on Periscope and Facebook, on Twitch at twitch.tv/CatJones music, we raid people's streams every single episode. So I'm going to turn my organ on in a second. Let's figure out who to raid here. Meow, 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 meow. Let me get in here. Twitch.com. Twitch.tv, I mean. Reep, reep, reep. What's going on here? Make sure that that's muted. Great. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Let's see, what is Liz Vega? I can't remember. Is there anyone here who's cool? Someone named Cat Videos? What is that? Oh, they're just painting. Okay. KT Bop is an art channel. She's not doing anything at all. Oh my gosh. Stop that. I didn't want you to have sound. Let's see what's Liz Vega up to. Oh, she's dope. Oh, I'm so excited. This woman is a harp player and a guitar player. She's a beautiful voice. You're really going to love it. So let me get up to my Twitch. Here we go. Dope. Because it knows I'm on, I think. We're going to raid this noise, man. It's going to be dope. Exclamation point, right? Exclamation point. Raid. Space. Liz Vega. Dude, she's so cool. All right. Oh, I have to do slash. Oh. I thought, it's slash. Okay. Thanks, Trevor. You're so great. Yeah, I still don't know what I'm doing. I just want to remind everyone that I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm trying to know what I'm doing better. All right, let's start this dance party. if you have a seizure disorder, now is the time that you should choose to no longer watch this channel. I'll give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, dance party. Hold on. Hold on. All right, thank you for being here. We're going to start this raid. Thank you, everyone, for coming. You are awesome. Here we go. Here we go. Woo! Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate you. All right, here we go. Raiding Liz Vega. Thank you, everybody else. I'm so glad you're here. Have a great day.